All right, everybody, this is to help show you how to use Plato on your iPad. This iPad can either be your own or the one at school, but it's a tutorial on how to actually get on it and what it looks like, and also how to progress through it. There's been a few questions on a few of the it not be able to show that you completed a lesson even though you clicked through all the slides. So I want to make sure you're doing that properly. So you want to make sure you go into the Puffin Academy app, and again, this is something you can also put onto your part at home. This automatically went to this screen. If you want to know what it originally looked like, it looks like this when you log in for the first time. You click in the top left-hand corner, and then you actually will search for Plato in Puffin Academy. It will pop up a little tab there, and then you just click on the website. Now once you get to here, you can post it to your home screen, or it'll actually just pop up to this the same. Your login is LUSD. Okay, and then your Plato name is going to be your actual ID number. It's obviously going to be different for me. I am the instructor. And then your password is going to be your 2-digit month, 2-digit day, and 4-digit year. But again, me, it's different. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Oops, and I typed in the wrong one. Okay. So once you log in here, it shows up here. On the top of it, you can see obviously that there's home. It says messages. If you want to message your instructor, you can do that there. You can also sign out. So I recommend top right-hand corner where it says sign out. You definitely want to do that if you're at school and you're done with the iPad and you're going to go on to your next period or you're done for the day. On the left-hand side, you can see I have LHS, Biology A, Biology B, and Zubot B. Now, you can either continue where you left off because it actually marks it. On say Zubot B, it'll say continue. I'm going to go to all activities because I want to show you what the panes look like. So from here, it tells you exactly where you are, where you left off, and everything. If for some reason, if you look right there where it says genes and traits with assessments, it says 0 out of 10, and you can see that the bar is, or the circle's half filled, means you're not completed with that yet. So I'm going to click on Unit 1, and I'm going to click on Structures and Functions. So once I do that, you can see that the window kind of expands, and you're going to work on the top one, which is the tutorial. And then you can see here that the Plato screen will pop up into this just fine. It's flash based. If you have a computer, it's perfectly going to work. If not, you have to go through the Puffin to be able to get this to work. You can actually turn this landscape mode and turn on the side if you want it to look bigger for you. But as you can see here, it's going through the various slides. It's having a conversation. If you want to see what it's saying, you just have to click on the little arrow right there, and you can read along as it's going through. But you basically have to listen to each part of it as it goes through, and it's going to talk about it. And then there's a portion of it at the bottom right-hand corner where it's going to act right about here. Also, you'll see a little circle pop right there, and you'll see a little arrow. That little arrow is going to be able to get you to progress from one slide to another. You do not want to use the one over, the actual little forward button, because that may forward you past something that needs to be completed but has not been completed. So it's important to make sure that you're taking notes at this point, looking at everything, making sure that you understand what they're actually speaking about, and making sure you're ready to go to the next one. So it's telling you right here there's an activity. Click on each of them, and so you can click, and then it'll actually go a little further into each one. Some people do not actually pay attention to all of these parts of the slides, and they just skip past it using the little forward arrow next to the play and pause button. And when they do that, it doesn't actually show they've completed that particular area. You actually have to listen to each one of the slides and then actually move forward. Now, if you've completed the slide, you do not have to do it again. You can jump forward as long as there is a check mark in the box. And the way to check that is the little arrow, or the little frog. Once you click the frog, it'll tell you exactly what needed to be done. And if you needed you'll see a little check mark in each one of the boxes. If you don't see a check mark, you need to go back and complete it. So you can exit there, and you can go ahead and go ahead and continue. And so it should be going and working right now. Okay, and there you go. So once it's actually done going through all the different parts that you need to, it's actually working right now. And the reason why I have the video or the auditory off is because obviously I'm having a conversation with you. But you can see how it shows now the connective tissue is now complete. You would then go to the next one, and then you would continue this all the way throughout this lesson. Once you have all those complete and you've taken your notes, and again, you can pause it at any time, you can go ahead and move forward. So you can see this is just one part of the one lesson. You should be completing a lesson about one every 2 to 3 days or so and completing the mastery test with an 80% or higher. Now, if you take the test and you do not receive an 80%, you're going to have to re-look at your notes, make sure the notes are taken, and make sure you're good to go. You can see now the next part is complete. I'm going to go ahead and do the nervous, and I'm going to keep talking as we're going through this because I want to make sure that you understand that you have to go through each section. A lot of students have been emailing me and calling me and texting me saying that they have not been able to move forward into the mastery test because it has not been complete. And one of the reasons is they skip ahead and they don't actually pay attention and actually do all the activities inside the lesson. So, so you can see right here we're talking about nervous tissue. Now, one of the parts reason why you're going to be taking notes is that when you actually take the unit test, which is going to be in person at the site, you need to make sure that you have those all completed so you can use those notes on the test. Those are going to be a major part of your grade going forward when I talk about the actual semester. But after looking at this, taking notes, making sure that you understand each component, you should be able to get a very, very successful grade on the unit tests. So I want to make sure that is complete, but as you can see, we're just going through one part of one lesson. You can kind of get an understanding of what it looks like, and then various, biology is obviously going to look different, earth science is going to look different, but this right here is the Zubot part A, and this you can see it's going through. It's talking about the various different types of muscles in this case, and this is the one where you should probably be taking notes, as well as maybe even little drawings to make sure that you completely understand. Now, once it's completely done, you can see right there's a bottom right hand side. It says there's a little continue. A lot of people have not been using that little continue button, and so now I can go ahead and continue, and it will go to the next lesson. Now, if I go to the frog, now you can see there the introduction is now complete, and this summary comparison of the 4 tissues is also complete. And then I continue that lesson through all the different parts, and then at the end you're able to take the mastery test. So those can be done anywhere at home or at school, but the unit tests do need to be taken at the sites. So this is just a little quick tutorial on actually looking at what it looks like and understanding that each part of those is very important. Again, it's reading it to you right here. If you have any questions or concerns, you can read along. And this is where you should be pausing and taking notes inside your science notebook. If you have any questions, please contact me. You can do it through email, actually on the Plato website. So actually go back into the Plato website. You can click on messages, and you can see that there's various messages from a previous teacher, but you can just write a new message. 2, it's basically from, it automatically will put you, it will go to your instructor once you select them, and then you can type in, a question, and then obviously the body of the question, and then you can go ahead and hit send, and it will go directly to me, and I can actually respond back to you. The notes, there is a notes on the top right hand corner. This is if you want to go ahead and take notes, but you don't have to. I recommend actually doing it on paper itself. But that is a quick tutorial. I know it's been about 9 minutes, but on actually how to go in, look at the lessons, how to get into each lesson and make sure you're progressing forward through that. So if you have any questions, you can email me that way. You can also call me at 951-609-6742, as well as text me at that same number. I will answer any questions that you need, and I hope that you have a good rest of your day. Take care. Bye.